do a lot of conferences and trade shows, and we always go with this big anticipation of hearing from thought leaders and hearing answers, hearing people tell us about what is happening, what is going to happen. And it's amazing how many people get up on the stage and they say, well, it'll be really interesting to see what happens with the future of retail. And it's like, yeah, yes, won't it be very interesting? But yet nobody really comes forward and is making any, sharing anything really of substance. So I think we'll probably hear some substance this morning because Judy has just come back from a great gathering.
Retail Summit in Columbus, Ohio.
Awesome.
And why did they have a gathering? Are you going to really film this?
Yes.
First, I'm trying to reassure companies who do a lot of business with retail that I don't think the retail stores are going away by any means. There's this thing, retail apocalypse. You can look that up on Wikipedia, and I know everything on there isn't factual, but I was amazed how many stores really have closed when I looked at that. Because you hear about this one and that one in the news, but when you put them all in a list, you're like, wow, that is a lot. But I think it's the most exciting time that I've seen in retailing in all the years that I've been in it, because this is the kind of thing that breeds innovation, the motivation to do something new. And what's most important, and this is for online too, and I put number one is new merchandise. Shoppers like new. There's a thing in our brain. Does anybody know what that part, I don't know if it's the hypothalamus or what, I can't remember right now, but there's a thing in our brain where we love new things. I saw it at Target in 2008. Remember when things were not going well and home was not going well. They kept having me go out and shop home all over the other retailers and what are they doing, so we could see that. And we put in the stores, there was an end cap, and it was frames, and it was, I can think of his name, the guy who does the collages in the Village in New York, and it's very expensive stuff. Anyway, Target had that designer come in and had these frames with trees and nature and the little garbage can on an end cap. And remember, this is in a time when nobody was buying home. That end cap cleared, poof, like that in 2008. So it just proves something new, even if you don't have the money, you might spend a little bit on something new to enhance your home. If retailers don't forget what made brick and mortar great in the first place, why is Nordstrom still doing well? Because they have people to help you, and they've redone, like the store at Ridgedale where Callison redid that. That is a beautiful environment. If you haven't been in there, I think that's future of department stores. It just flows. It's beautiful and great product and all of that there too. Okay, so the other thing about experience that comes out of that, it's relationships. And there's a dry cleaner that I like for all my bedding stuff, because it's a green cleaner, it's Prestige Cleaner, and it's on 44th Street. And in their parking lot, they have a fruit stand. And I've gotten to know, there's a young woman in there who sells the fruit, and she'll say, oh, hi Judy, look, you gotta come over here. And she's chomping on some raspberries. She said these were just picked this morning. These are so good. So I've gotten in the habit of getting, instead of going to the big farmer's market, I go to this little stand and get all the things I need, fresh vegetables and stuff. There's a relationship I've built. Same thing with my favorite blouse store in New York, Anne Fontaine. I love these French blouses. And so I went in there last summer, and I had a really bad broken heart. And I had this client, or the salesperson came up to me. She was in her 20s, and by God, I don't know how we got talking about it, but her heart was broken too. And we have a relationship now. When I went to New York last time in May, she greeted me with open arms. Judy, oh my God. And then when I buy something, she sends it, because then I don't have to pay the tax, with the beautiful note. I just sent her a gift. That's relationship. Now Anne Fontaine, you know what I did when I left the store? I said to those salespeople, Anne Fontaine brought my smile back to my face.
We talk about customer experience and Costco. And you think, well, in the world of customer experience, people go, well, that's not really an experience. It's Costco, it's a warehouse. It's an experience. And they have fine-tuned that to an experience. Their margin is all built on that experience because it's about membership. That's where they get their profits. And I tested it myself in a small little way, going to the cash machine in the back of Costco to see if you get a discount on the cash you get out at the back of Costco, right? Which you do. I'm like, okay, right? You don't pay the same exorbitant fees you get anywhere else because you're inside of a Costco.
Why? How much is it? It's not the usual.
It's like 50
$3.
cents.
No kidding.
Yeah, right. Costco is an experience, and they're thinking about it that way. And that's how people are buying. People are buying the experience piece of it. The trouble we're going through is this shift in economy from more product focused, the mentality of, we've got a certain number of products in our store, want to get you in, get you to buy something, trap you, and then get you out as quickly as we can, right? I mean, how many McDonald's is being dinged for being too fast? Can you imagine what's happening at McDonald's when they're told we're too fast? I mean, that's like a culture like, what? Everything we do is built around speed. I mean, good food, fast, right? Really fast. Everything in their culture. No, you're too fast. What? I want to do a study to compare McDonald's and what they used to own, Chipotle, to find out how fast they really are. I would bet in relative terms, they're probably fairly similar, right? If you think about how much time it takes you to get through the line at Chipotle and get your burrito bowl and how much time through drive-thru, it's probably fairly similar. It's just a perception problem that McDonald's has that is a challenging one. But we're moving from this product-centric economy, which Joe Pine spoke to years and years ago, to an experience-centric economy. And that, anytime you move through that, it's going to be painful. It has to start with people on the floor working to connect with other people. Right? Otherwise, there's no reason to go into physical retail if you're not connecting with another person.
Yeah, so why would Macy's not have salespeople? I went in there to get some.
I don't even want to talk about Macy's.
Jeans, they're always hard to buy anyway, even that they have the stretch in them now. It does help. But anyway, I went in there and I was in and out of the fitting room how many times? And the whole time I was in there, like 25 minutes, I never ever saw a salesperson. I had the run of the fitting rooms all to myself because no one else was shopping either. It was during the day. But, still, and that's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
Although in the watch department, because they're behind the counter and they have to be there, I had incredible help there. I had, that was great, but they're held captive in there.
I think it's a balance of the corporation and the individual, right? The two things that are in conflict here in many cases, the passion of the individual. So if someone's really passionate about fashion and were to go into a Macy's and work in a Macy's and be passionate about it, I bet you they could build a book of business inside of a Macy's store and the relationships because of how they work with people and they're into people and fashion in a big way. But they would quickly outgrow that environment and outgrow Macy's.
Then they'll go to Nordstrom.
They'd get hired away, right? They'd go to Nordstrom's, right? They get hired away because there's no way that inside the culture of what Macy's is about and what they've built, it's been very much about the profit, right? As much margin, as much as they can squeeze out of it as possible for the current shareholders. That's where they're going. So the people piece of it, I think both are to a certain degree to blame. Like, who do you hire? And if you're coming in and you're just doing a job, like, I'm just doing a job, I'm just here, I don't really care about what I'm doing, then don't be in that job. Go someplace that you can actually be passionate about, and because you're going to do better yourself financially, and you're going to do better for the brand in a lot of other ways. And then the brand itself needs to look for those people and then incentivize those people. Look to the people that are going to do that and bring them in because they're going to contribute to the experience. I mean, when you look at training, you can force training or you can find people that want it. Like, they're seeking out the knowledge because it's out there. I mean, the fact that a person can come into a store and be more educated as a customer than the store personnel is obnoxious.
Yes.
I mean, like, how is that possible?